Hi everybody, thank you so much for being here. I wanted to first apologize for not getting love readings out for September. I'm currently in the process of moving, and with all the private clients that I had in September, it just wasn't possible. I assure you they will be out for October. If you're interested or want to hear about the new services that I'm launching on October 10th, right, 10/10, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to have all the updates about the new stuff out there. And if you want to get regular updates from me about what the energy is and what I'm going through, follow my Twitter, okay? That's the best place to get a hold of me and kind of learn about my personality and get more updates. Thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We have reached 10K. I say we because I couldn't make any of this possible without you guys. Love you all. Mwah. Okay, Aries, so I just want to note that energetically, when I was approaching shuffling your cards, I was taking a lot of time in consideration, like moving slowly in a very deliberate manner, right? That the conscious act of slowing down. As soon as I connected to the cards, I started to feel a weight being lifted off my shoulders. And then as the weight lifted off and I proceeded, it then became a levitation, a feeling of levitation. And it was like up, up and away, up and away. So whatever that means to you, Aries, whether it be metaphorically or physically, up in an airplane, up in a hot air balloon. I feel the vibe of a hot air balloon. Not that I think that's literal for many people at all. But it's a very gracious rise, okay? A very gracious rise. And the card that came out was the Sun. Then the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Pentacles. I think this waiting period of the Seven of Pentacles is over. I think that's what had been going on for most of this year. You've been waiting since July, or the last 7 weeks, for this moment. I was about to start singing that song too. Oh my gosh, I can't think of who sings it. Anyways, I'm losing it. It's your time to shine, Aries. Honestly and truly, I feel as though it's your time in the sun. I feel as though if you are not living in an area that is sunny right now, you are going towards the sun. I'm also feeling be the light, be the sun, like illuminate others in your life through being yourself, through being authentic. And not that you're not always authentic, you totally are, but you're approaching it in a whole new way that is bringing a lot of inspiration to those around you. And I don't even think you're really noticing. But like that's why it's such a gift to the people around you, because it is so, like, nothing you're doing is for the shine, right? But that's the beauty of authenticity, and the true inspiration behind authenticity is that it truly does come through genuine approach, right? Now, I'm also feeling, I feel a lot of levity in all manners. Okay, this is a new beginning that is manifested, right? A new opportunity to live. I'm feeling live a lot lighter of a lifestyle. Okay, life, healing in some capacity has become a focus in your life, and how each Aries individually approaches this healing is going to be very individualistic. But the act of being yourself and finally prioritizing happiness, again, in a new way, because it's not that Aries wasn't always doing that, but it's this new expression of it that has actually birthed you the opportunity to not only be yourself and thrive as yourself, but also heal in the process and learn. Again, this Temperance talks about slowing down and about having patience. So there is a grace and an ease. It's like you're floating across the room, you know, like kind of like on a cloud, like a cloud of, you know, like a little puff of smoke, right? Very magical. A lot of levity. Okay, there's not a lot of weight to what you're indulging in, but that's not a problem, right? Because you're in the shedding. You've shed. Again, I think this has already happened, like the Seven of Pentacles. You were waiting for this transformation, and it has been delivered. Okay, and you have been delivered. All right? And you know, like that the casting aside, the molting of your skin is going to be so profound. And really usher in, or rather you are ushering in. It's like, again, you're floating like, almost like a ghost, I guess, right? The way Casper and like the movie kind of floats. But everyone can see you, you know? It's just so much rebirth. And you're so much lighter. You're coming out of this period so much lighter. All right, Aries. So I'm going to let you know now that though I do feel my first message is related to what's going on here, I do feel that there's an additional layer of something else going on here. Because there's a lot of emotional, I want to say resurgence. I just got to chill. There's a lot of emotional resurgence, and there's definitely a work message in here. Like, obviously, I always focus the readings on spiritual path and career, but sometimes they come out mostly spiritual path, or sometimes they bring in love, and you know, they may touch on money. And not that this is talking about money per se, but I think this is talking about career. Like, I see an actual, like, for some of you, I feel as though this is about putting work on the back burner, or telling that boss that overworks you off, or drawing a new boundary, and not just acting on ideas out of security and out of safety, and only making moves that you feel are cautious or in alignment with how you've been, right? But I also see a bridging of the gap, right? Using emotions to bridge emotional gaps. Like, you're starting to realize the areas in life that you compensated, right? Where you used to go after money or work harder or work longer hours to fulfill this hole, okay, whatever that hole may be. And you're now realizing that you were filling an emotional void. What that actual emotional void is going to be different for every single one of you, but there was something that had been missing. And again, you found it either in another person, not in like a codependent type of way. It doesn't feel codependent. It feels very genuine and healthy, but you've bridged a gap. Your overall energy this month is the High Priestess. So I do feel as though you have really revealed yourself to yourself and are in the process of doing so. I see, you know, High Priestess doesn't always mean secrets, but I do feel it is secrets in this case. I don't feel like there's anything that's being held from you in any capacity, but I do feel as though you're learning about yourself more intimately this month. And you're learning things about yourself that no matter what your age, you may have known on some level, but you've never allowed it to be real. You know, you've only allowed it to be a thought, or to be a concept, or to be a fleeting thing. So in the position of what you need to let go of, we have the Four of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. And the rune we have in the Ace of Wands is Journey. So this is saying to make sure that all the actions that you're taking are not short-sighted. And short-sighted, and also with the Four of Pentacles, geared towards just having things stay the same. And you only being comfortable and making moves that, one, keep you in control, right? But the desire to have control is actually, you know, an act of disbelief or distrust in source, because we don't need control if we believe that source is always leading us to our highest good. Now, this is also saying that you've lived life or channeled your energy, rather, into a path that is, you know, maybe strictly reactionary. And you understand on some level, right, on a subconscious level, that when you make reactionary statements or actions, you're going to keep yourself isolated to a certain degree, because people can't coexist with that. You know what I mean? It's very difficult for other people to be in your life, right? Or you know, be a part of your everyday life, create relationships with you, if you're always acting with only you in mind. So I feel as though for a lot of Aries, and this doesn't necessarily feel romantic, it's going to be for some of you, but this feels more like just companionship in general, and also business partnerships, and definitely friendships. And even if love, like on a romantic level, is involved, I do think it's with someone that you regard as your friend. Like, first and foremost, regard as your friend. All right, Aries, sorry about that. There was some distracting background noise that I had to wait to be done. So, in the position of what door is now open for you that was once closed, we have the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Five of Pentacles, and the rune we have here is female. So, for some of you, I think this applies to you, I mean, it applies to everyone, essentially, but I think some of you are either at a distance from a female and as a male, or if you're the female, you're the one that's at a distance or was at a distance. It's going to be different for all of you. But, you know, there's this realization, right, that, I hope I didn't say this before, that, like, there's that silly phrase, like, money can't buy love. And again, not that you didn't know that, like, on a logical level before, but it's coming into focus in a way that it never has before. And with the Knight of Cups, right, there's this opportunity for you to really accept love. And I'm feeling embody love. And when you embody it, you're allowing it to pour out into the world around you. And it may be because you're separated from this female that you have this realization. Like, even if this person, right, and it doesn't have to be a woman, but it could be a man who's more in tune with his feminine side, or rather his feminine energy, right? Because we all have masculine and feminine energy. So there's been this disconnection that you're now ready to nourish. And again, even if this isn't another person, and it can be another person and internally with you, and you're finally seeing that you, right, the parts of yourself that you have distanced yourself from and not nourished in a really long time, and you're getting a stark look at that now, Aries. And I'm sorry if this feels disjointed from the energy that I was, like, riding before. I had to take like 10 minutes with the camera off. But I really feel like this is an offering that you're making to yourself, right? You're bridging the gap. There's this realization that money can't buy love, right? That things and all that stuff and time you spend working and to gain, right? And it's like, that doesn't change the fact that you're over there and I'm over here. Or that this is no longer worth, like, me being away from the people I love to work all day is no longer worth the money. Like, those kind of things. It's the realization that the sacrifice is not really worth it anymore. And I don't see you being really like bitter about that. Like, I think that you're happy about it. That's just the door that's opening. It's that energy is now available to you for you to move through and kind of fully embrace. Your energy this month, Aries, as it relates to your spiritual path and career. In your head, we have the Two of Cups. In your heart, we have the Three of Cups. And in your foundation, we have the Eight of Swords. And the rune we have here is prosperity. So I think that you are shifting, like the Eight of Swords in your root, right, is what's motivating everything that's happening this month. And I think that you're really trying to break the bounds and binds of your own mental capacity to understand prosperity. Going back to money can't buy love. Going back to, there's this feeling of finally choosing the relationship, the time, the intimacy, the memories, right? Wanting that, right? And wanting that with another or with someone to share it with, like understanding the value of family, understanding the value of love in a pure sense, and how that is more prosperous than any dollar amount in the bank. And it's like going from being very literal and practical, and not that this is impractical what you're doing, but it's like I am no longer restricted and confined by money. And it's like I'm no longer going to slave to the dollar. I'm going to prioritize my friendships and my relationships and my emotional needs, because I finally understand that I am fully in control of that. And through fulfilling those needs, all prosperity flows to me instantaneously. It's the embodiment of concept. It's something that you have known for a while, but you weren't ready to really live it. You saw others live it and you heard it talked about, but now you're actually doing it. Okay? With the Two of Cups in your head, you're understanding and learning the value of being with another and the value others can bring you. Aries, obviously, innately as an energy is masculine and individual, right? Self-driven. And this feels like a reconnection or a reconciliation, not necessarily with someone that you've had an argument with or were on bad terms with, but this just feels like the reuniting of love. And I use love in the broadest term, because this very much is focused on friendship as well as family and business. Okay? And it's the understanding of like, okay, one can get this much accomplished, but wow, it's like, wow, but two can do this and three can do this. Like, you start to understand and value people in a new way, right? With the Three of Cups in your heart, I think that you're celebrating yourself. I think that you're, again, prioritizing happis and prioritizing savoring life and not letting life's, must-dos get in the way of enjoying your life and your spirit. And again, remembering that prosperity comes to those who innately feel they are worthy. And I see you being really open this month to other people's opinions, Aries, as well as collaborating, as well as just, very open to other people. Just connection. Okay? Spirit's advice for you is strength, clarified by the King of Swords. And the rune we have here is safety. So I think Spirit is advising you not to play it safe. Well, this is kind of twofold. Over here, you were being asked to let go of kind of the action that you've always taken and to broaden your horizons. With this energy, this King of Swords, for some reason, to me, really feels like a boss. For those of you that, have superiors and work in that kind of dynamic. And I think you've often played it safe with the boss by kind of like never really rocking the boat or showing any aggression and kind of just has let things go. But I think that you're no longer willing to do that. And I don't see a fight happening or anything like that. But I do see you finally speaking your truth and being advised to speak your truth, and that you are safe and there's no reason to worry about what will happen if you tell your superior, like, listen, this is my boundaries, this is what my priorities are, here's my job description, I'm not doing any more than that, okay? In other scenarios, with the King of Swords here, motivating strength. Strength is what? Knowing, one, that you're infinitely supported and connected. Two, that resiliency is a gift and is something to be cherished. And that we don't always have to be aggressive to get the job done. Okay? So this isn't barking and just taking, right? This is very strategic. So that's why I think it's like playing it safe but not playing it safe. Because to you, playing it safe would be to be reactionary because that's your innate way to be. But it's not playing it safe because you're doing something different than you normally would. So I don't want to say take the high road, but I do want to say keep your cards. If it's with someone that's superior to you or has some type of like legal grounds with you or something like that, or could have legal grounds with you, I want to say keep your cards close to your chest, not to be sneaky, but to be very calculated. For others of you, right, in other scenarios, I feel as though Spirit is advising you to use your aggression in your strength of spirit on a mental level to exercise discretion and again be I'm feeling very forward focused and very future focused. With the High Priestess, I think a lot of the things that are happening for you this month, though you may be out meeting other people and around a lot of other people, these shifts and these realizations are internal. I don't see you actually like having the conversation or taking any action towards the end of the month. Because in the outcome, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. And the rune we have here is fertility. So know that you are financially secure enough and you have a very, very strong support system. Okay? So it is safe to speak your mind. And I hope that doesn't sound contradictory to what I was saying here before about not being reactionary. Okay? Things are not going to go as you originally planned, like in the past. But as you realize how supported and how backed you are by the people that care about you and the people that surround you, and how, like, just abundant and safe you are, you realize there's no reason to hesitate on communicating your truth. And again, being assertive of your boundaries, not necessarily in a strong, crazy, aggressive way, like in a choking type of way, like, this is what I said, you know? But, like, it just is, and you're just not willing to hold it off anymore, and you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. I hope that all made sense, Aries. I feel it was like, my message is feeling a little disjointed from my perception, but I hope, whoa, that you get it. Dropping stuff. I lovingly do everything I can to assist my body in maintaining perfect health. I get plenty of sleep every night. My body appreciates how I take care of it. So that also is a message here with the Two of Cups, because, you know, our body is our other half. You know, we're half soul and half body, really, if you want to, like, talk about what we're doing here. But know that you're prioritizing you, right? And everything that makes you you is the key to everything else outside of you. So until you prioritize your health and just your overall well-being, nothing else will flourish the same. Okay? Aries, I hope that was resonated with you all. Thank you so much for your patience, and I will talk to you soon. Peace. Hi, everybody. So, thank you for staying tuned to hear about my new services launching 10/10 on my website. The reason they're not launching sooner is because, like I said in the beginning, I'm in the process of moving. When you get the love readings for this month, I'll be in my new office space. I'm so excited. My new house has a true office for me, and I'm just really hyped. So, all the services I have currently are staying, okay? I'm not deleting anything or getting rid of anything. I'm just adding upon that. So, you can now add on additional things to the soul spread. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to list it yet, but it'll be its own button and whatnot. So the new thing that I'm adding is called intuitive counseling. You might have seen it on my site before, and it said it wasn't yet available. This is why I needed to move and get everything ready. So when you purchase intuitive counseling with a spread, like at the same time, like for example, the soul spread with intuitive counseling, you get 30 minutes on Skype with me after you already get your video spread. So within 30 days of you getting your soul spread video, you book the intuitive counseling follow-up session with me. And we talk on Skype for 30 minutes about what happened in your video or what's been going on since and things like that. No cards get pulled during intuitive counseling. It is just like what it sounds. It is talking and discussing and things like that. So you'll have the option now to add that onto the soul spread, add that onto the soul spread with astrology, add that onto soul medicine, and I'll also have a button for soul medicine, astrology, and the intuitive counseling because people were asking me about that as well. So those are 4 new services that are going up, but technically only the intuitive counseling is new. So when you add on 30 minutes of Skype with the spread, it's $20 more, right? So whatever the original spread cost plus $20. Now, we also are going to have intuitive counseling that is just in and of itself, okay? The first session, if you were to do intuitive counseling, would have to be an hour because I have to get to know you, get to know your goals, what you're looking to achieve. And intuitive counseling without a spread, like without combining it with a tarot spread, is really someone who's looking for a friend, you know, a confidant, someone that wants to talk about their metaphysical and, you know, intuitive experiences and doesn't really have anyone in their life that can relate. I think a lot of us go through that. So that's what that is. The original session, like I said, has to be 60 minutes. By the way, anyone that gets intuitive counseling without a tarot spread will also have emailed to them like a waiver explaining that I'm not a therapist and my services do not override what a doctor tells you and all that jazz. We also will, you know, go over some highlights, like I said, of what are your goals in intuitive counseling? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to overcome? Things like that. So 60 minutes on Skype. Again, no tarot or anything, just talking is $48. And then you can buy, after you do the original 60 minutes, if you wanted to do more sessions, you can either buy 30 minutes for $28, 45 minutes for $33, or 90 minutes for $60. And the 90 minutes can get broken into 2 45-minute sessions or 3 30-minute sessions. So that's the cheapest, obviously. And this, like I said, is really in place of someone that is looking for, you know, a confidant and someone that wants to discuss different things that are going on in your life. This is a level of support that you might find in, you know, a group or things like that. The other thing I'm super excited about is what I call intuitive support system. So this is similar to intuitive counseling. However, it doesn't happen on Skype. It happens over email. And by me providing it over email, it allows me to offer it at a discounted rate so that more people can afford it. And it's, you know, uses less energy. Skype drains my energy a lot faster than answering emails. So basically with intuitive support system, you have to make a commitment of either 3 months or 6 months, okay? When you make a 3-month commitment, it's $25 a month. When you make a 6-month commitment, it's $20 a month, okay? And basically what intuitive support system is you, by paying that $25 or $20 a month, you basically have access to me as, you know, as a guide of sorts. And we exchange up to 6 emails a month. That means you write me 6 times, I answer 6 times. So obviously the first time you're having some type of crisis or needing an ear, I would make that email long. You know what I mean? Because we can only go back and forth 6 times in a month. I think 6 is a lot. That can definitely accomplish a lot. Please give me up to 24 hours to answer your emails because I'm not only answering yours, I'm answering other prospective clients and things like that. So I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do the billing for that yet. PayPal does have an auto debit feature, but I don't think I'm going to use that right away. So what I would do is I would send you, you know, I'll have a contact form and you would contact me directly and we would invoice and things like that. In terms of scheduling for the intuitive counseling, whether you bought it with a spread or you're buying it outright, by the time 10/10 comes along, by the time launch date comes along, I should have a scheduler posted on my website. However, I have not done it yet, and I'm decently tech savvy, but like not a genius. So bear with me. We may have to do it via email scheduling for a little while, but I'm hoping that won't be the case. And lastly, the one that I'm so excited about is another spread. It's a new spread option, and it's the past life partnership reading. So when I use the word partnership, I mean it can be any type of partner. I've used this spread with friends, and I like friends in my life, and I've used this spread with, you know, lovers and family members and things like that. So the goal of the past life spread is it shows you how you and that person, whether it be your mom, like I said, or your friend or your lover, how you and the person were related in a past life, what your lesson was. You know, did you figure it out? Did you not figure it out? What was the outcome in the past life, in the most recent past life? And then it shows you what you and that person's energy is in this life, what lesson you're learning in this life, and how you're doing with it so far. Like, what is your status? And what you both can do to continue to push on with this lesson. Okay, that spread is going to be $47. Please keep in mind that just because we share a past life with someone does not mean they're like our forever and a day. So please keep that in mind. This is mostly just to, I think when we understand like the past life ties we have with people, it actually makes it easier for us to navigate the current relationship and let it go if need be as well. A lot of us have that need to know. I mean, I have so much Virgo energy. I love knowing. Like, tell me why. So there will be a purchase link up for that spread as well. I'm really excited to bring you guys all these new updates. If you have any questions about the new stuff, that I'm going to have coming, feel free to email me. You know, all that information is in the description box below. You also can fill out the contact form on my website. That will also send straight to my email. Like I said, all of these services will be available on 10/10. The astrology on 10/10 is epic. Jupiter's going into Scorpio, and it's really magnificent. So I love you all. I really hope to see some of you soon with these new services. And again, thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing, leaving comments. You guys know I read all the comments, and they bring me so much joy. Also, I recently had a few donations. I don't ever talk about having people donate to my channel because, you know, I'm just so grateful to even be here. But on my YouTube page, there is a button to donate via PayPal if you are called to do so. Just know, if you donate, in response, I will pull an oracle card for you and send it to the email that's attached to your PayPal as a thank you and as a great appreciation. So, again, I love you all so much, and I will connect with you again soon. Peace.